Hi guys, hope everyone is doing good and welcome to this week's Crypto Chiefs YouTube video. Before we begin the video, I'd really appreciate if you could hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always I will put two links in the comment section below. I will pin the comment, one link to our free Telegram group where you can receive daily market updates and keep up to date with the trades we are taking in the premium group, and also a link to our website where you can find out more information about us, our premium signal service, as well as our crypto course. So I thought in this week's video it would make sense to take a look, a bit of a review on quarter two and what we can expect heading into quarter three, the second half of 2023 now. And looking here first of all at the Bitcoin weekly chart, and it really, it tells quite a story that throughout June we started off the month with a lot of bearish news of Binance being sued, Coinbase and all of the others, but really a sign of strength that we hit a new 2023 high just a few days later. So really, crypto looking really strong. It almost seems that, as more bad news comes out now, we're almost becoming immune to it, which is a good sign for the future. And we can see that from sort of March, April time, looking here on the weekly chart, I've had like a 9-10 week downtrend, but we've seen that just last week we had a massive breakout from this and hitting, as I said, a new 2023 all-time high. We can see we are trading at a big area of resistance on the weekly chart. These highs here, we're looking at kind of the range lows from 2021, 31,500 area. A big area to flip, and we can see quite clearly how if we do manage to break above this, something like that, that's when we could really start to see a move in Bitcoin, kind of breaking all of this range we've been trading in for over a year now. Heading into the following weeks, as I said, and I'm looking here at the CME, the Bitcoin futures chart, and looking at CME gaps, because we can see, as always, they play out so well. And just this week we've seen that the pullback has happened right on the closure of the CME gap. So this is where the Bitcoin futures CME market closes on a Friday night, reopens on a Monday, and the weekend move often leave behind a gap if you get a good bit of volatile price action. And we saw that last weekend, and we can see really clearly that the Friday move here filled the gap and saw a reaction, and we actually got a move down. So we have the next gap to the downside is around 20,000, so quite some way away, 21,000. But if we can hold above the 30,000, which is becoming like a psychological level now, and we seem to be reclaiming it really quickly at the moment on any dips below. We can see that here. So what I'm looking for, if we can hold this strength and break above these highs, we still have this CME gap, which I have mentioned a few times, which is going here to the daily chart because it's quite some while back. We can see 34,000, 35,000 area here. We still have this CME gap from the move down we saw in May last year. So this is the next one to fill. So yeah, as I said, but hold where we are now and break above, then we're looking for perhaps something like this over the coming weeks. Looking now at the Bitcoin dominance chart, the 1 week chart, we've seen a massive breakout in June, and this has kind of affected altcoin trading. Really, it's been really tough time trading alts. In the premium group, we've had so much success with pretty much, other than a few trades in alts, it's been pretty much exclusively Bitcoin and a few Ethereum trades throughout June, which we've been having great success with. But and it makes sense to trade that way when Bitcoin dominance is now at the highest level it's been at in 2 years. We had the really clean break above this range, the resistance here, a really strong move above. And I've mentioned a few times in tweets that I think that sort of the 58% could be where we see the next real rejection from. We could kind of form a range here, which wouldn't be particularly great for for altcoins, but good for Bitcoin for now. The alternative is that if we do see a real strong pullback and weekly or start to see daily closures under this level, back under the sort of 49%, then we could just confirm this as some deviation and we can start to accept back in this range. And as long as the Bitcoin price doesn't pull back too much, and even if it starts to consolidate, then this is where we really start to see a move on altcoins. So obviously this, I often look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart because obviously the Ethereum is the second most important coin, and we can really see, this is the daily chart, how throughout June the Bitcoin dominance, this is just one example of a chart, look how negatively impacted it's been. It's just bled out all the time. Bitcoin's been moving up and as I said, really sort of dominating the market. Finally, we're going to take a look here at total 2, and it's been really sort of clean action on this, to be honest. Through June we did eventually break down from our 2023 support trend line, clean break below on the daily chart here, retested it a couple of times but rejected exactly and moved down. We can see we bounced exactly at the 500 billion. So for those who don't know, the total 2 market cap is the value of the market excluding Bitcoin. But we got a bounce right from the key 500 billion level and started to move back up. We are sort of making our way now back towards the potential bearish retest again, but a big level to flip. 590, 600 billion is a really huge level to flip, and then if that does move back inside this, then we can see a continued move up back inside the previous trend line. But of course, we have to be wary of a rejection. But from here, for me now, if we was to get a test again of the 530 billion area on the total 2, this wouldn't be a bad place to start looking to take entries on altcoins for medium term holds. So this is a chart really to keep an eye on. One thing we don't want to see at any time is start to close below 500 billion, because that would be really bad news and we'd likely see a much stronger pullback. So I hope you have safe trading throughout the next quarter, and take note of these indexes as well, the total 2, the Bitcoin dominance, include that as part of your trading. But to sum up the Bitcoin, what I'm expecting from the next weeks is really clear. As long as we're holding above 30,000, we're okay for continuation up towards 34, where the start of the next CME gap is. But if we do start to accept below 30,000, it will really quickly flip into a psychological resistance and kind of another failed break above 30, and then I think we likely see a much stronger pullback, perhaps towards the mid 20s. So I hope you found this video useful, guys, and I will see you on the next one.